31 people are on. I'm playing the piano and practicing. You're all so early. Oh, Alison, Sue, my darling sister. Therefore, I can play. Hello, all ye. Alison, Bissett, Jap, Philip, Nicola, I am here. So am I. Sylvia, Paula, so good to see you. Emma, Doubleday, get that cheese out. Darling Susan, Mike Stenzer, hey honey. Pedro. I mean, look at me. I am channeling the 1970s. It's like, I am a Charlie's Angel. Kevin. Loving the outfit. Whoever tires of animal print, I will never know. I'll never fucking know. Who else have we got here? David Sock. Oh, for fuck's sake. David Nixon. Doug Nixon, 7 a.m. in Australia. For fuck's sake. That's what you call a fan. David Epstein. Hello, darling. Alex. Hi there. Hey, Steve. Howdy, everyone. Ruth Ann Holly. Oh, God, this is so lovely to see you all. Augusta. Mark Traves. Hello, darling. Philip again. Kate. Très chic. Ah ouais. D'accord, chérie. Je suis une femme parisienne aujourd'hui. Ah ouais. Ouais, bien sûr. All the for fuck's sakes today. Oh boy, do I have a lot. Digging the skirt, baby. Thank you, Steve. It's a bit of a... You can't even see. I've got white rocking boots at the bottom of this, but, you know, what can I... You're who I dress for. You're the only reason I dress. You know this. I keep saying this. I hennaed my hair last night. Yeah. Because, you know, I do that just to keep the reds, keep the reds in really moving forward. Because I'm a red at heart. Well, I'm a red. I was born a red. But, reds fade. It's a fucker. So then you turn into, like, strawberry blonde. Is this of any interest whatsoever? Because then once I get you all... We're into the right numbers where I'm about to start the rant. You know I am. You know. Somebody called me Judy. Abel, it's lucky for you that this is Facebook Live, because Judy, let me just tell you a little story about me. I'm a Jude. I'm a Judith. I am not a Judy, but that's okay. I forgive you everything. Just call me Jude. Jood or Jude. I am Jude the Obscure. I'm a Jude. Yes, it's true. Here we go. And we've got Jette Fritte Bertelsen. Philip Maguire, that looks Welsh and Irish to me. Yeah, I had a human soup beach as well here today. Yeah, Horsten Hege and Orgel. No go, mate, no go. So, are we ready? I think we are. Yep, we're up in the 45s. Here we go. Welcome to Wednesdays, for fuck's sake. I'm going to continue. Actually, today's episode, if that's what this is, a show, what can I tell you? Really what it's going to be continuing the rant from Sunday, because boy did the shit hit the fan with the fabulous woman, the Karen in Central Park. There are no words, but there are, because here they are. But Hannah Wennington, there you are, my love. Oh, darling. How you doing? And Irish Tipperary. Well, there's a long way, but you're with us now. So I'm going to continue the rant, but today it's going to be about moral delinquency, and then it's going to be balanced out by the greatest of loves, about I'll get to that. So we're going to balance it out. I can't rant forever. I have to bring some beauty into this thing, we're in the Bramblers as you speak. There you go. Pedro Segundo is on the scene of the crime. He's at the scene of the crime. Now this stupid, for fuck's sake, fucking woman, Karen, remember the song Karen that I'm going to immediately record because I must. I'm so angry now that I haven't. So immediately after Sunday, of course, I get the text from Pedro going, for fuck's sake, it's all kicked off in Central Park. And it had. A woman who was walking, letting a dog run riot just anywhere in an area that said dogs on leash only. We all know this story. Did you know that actually wasn't her dog, that she had taken it out to see if she wanted to foster it or not? It gets worse, doesn't it, by the second? So she was such a piss-awful human being that not only did she turn on the bloke that's filming her with a dog off a leash in a on-the-leash area, but then she chooses to actually call the police and say, there's an African-American man and he's acting in a very aggressive manner and filming me. Meanwhile, the dog, did you notice the dog is literally strangling itself, just like as she's like holding it by the collar, not knowing what the fuck to do, because she's never had a dog and shouldn't be allowed to have one. It should be against the law. But to have children, a dog, a car, anything that can go more than a mile every 3 years. So anyway, we were really in zeitgeist land last week, weren't we? We were, yeah. Well, yes, but Philip, if you want a parrot, mate, you can't be some selfish git like that Karen was, because parrots live for 300 years. A friend of mine has a parrot. They will outlive you. It's you've got to be dedicated here to parrot loving. You've got to be serious about this, mate, and it's a wild animal that deserves to be in the open out there. So think about it before you get one. Find yourself being pecked to death. I love it. It's a great bird, but Jesus Christ, it lives Wayne's smart. Hey, Wayne. Hey. It is 1 hour to Lee's birthday. Woo! Lee, Sklar. We have 2 birthday people here today. I'm very excited. Leland, Sklar. Ryno. Where are you, Ryno? It's your birthday. It is also Steve Lee's wedding anniversary today. It goes on. It goes on and on. So here we go. What can I say? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lee. Happy birthday to you. And Ryno to you. Happy birthday, Lee, Ryno. Happy anniversary, Steve and Matt. There you go. Not birthday, Steve. Anniversary, I believe. Or is it your? But no, it's not. Is it? It's your anniversary. I want to get this all right. So right now, it's not just the Karens who are behaving deplorably. It's men and women alike. We know that, don't we? We know all of this. Have any of you been on, if you're living in America, have any of you been on the freeway recently? Have you? It's a fucking nightmare. It's a nightmare. It's as if no rules apply. It's like, it's done, people. It's just libertarian land. There are no rules. There are no police. We can do whatever the fuck you want. It's like being on the Autobahn without the great cars, the good driving, the good cars, car insurance. It's a nightmare, let me tell you. And it seems to be that's just, I don't know. It seems to me this is what's happening. It's like being in Naples. I was in Naples. Sorry, Gabriele, if you're watching this, but you agree. I was in Naples a few years ago. I'm shit you not. Senza Unico, up your arse, mate. It doesn't mean a thing. One-way system, bollocks. These people were driving their Vespas, up pavement, up the walls, anywhere that they could get those Vespas, they were going. This is what it's like outside. I give up. So the problem is, yes, it is a human bath out there. People are acting like it. Adults, older people who should know better are acting like it's their spring break and they're having a fucking toga party. This is how people are acting. Where does this disrespect come from? Except for idiots on bikes, thank you. Where does this sense of entitlement? Let's continue the entitlement theme that we had from the Karens. Let's move on from Karen and now just across the board. Where does the Dominic Cummings entitlement come from? That twat. I'm sorry. Bishops have been threatened for saying things about him negatively about the way that he's behaved. When does an advisor to the Prime Minister of Britain get his own press conference? What the fuck? For fuck's sake. Secondly, we love the argument. We love what he said. In the first week, when he had made the rule, when he had said, shut down, lockdown, nobody sees anybody, if your family are dying, if the elderly are in trouble, if your family who are like a couple of miles away are in trouble, it doesn't matter. You stay where you are. You do not go out. He drove nearly 300 miles up to Scotland to drop off his child, his son, with his sister because he thought he was getting the coronavirus. And his wife did have it, and they were both in the car with the child. Seemingly, doesn't that make so much fucking sense? Doesn't it? So it's one of those do as I say, not as I do. I am above this. That's just for everyone else, not for me. But that seems to be the way that people are thinking. It's like, well, that doesn't count. It doesn't mean me. That doesn't mean me. This means all the rest of the rubbish. What the? So where does this moral delinquency come from, I wonder? I think it starts at the top. Whether it be, when I say top, I mean whether it be your parents or the people running your country, or people in positions of authority. It starts from the top. This is where our role models are. This is how we've lapsed into this disgraceful behavior. Listen, have you all been watching The Crown? You all saw The Crown. It's fucking great. I love it. So all the scenes of the wartime in the Blitz, we're all banding together, everybody's being respectful and strong and taking care of each other, and no one's being a fucking ass. And, people, there's a decorum and a respect. And think about it. FDR, Truman, the King, the Queen, Churchill. This was like, we have to come together. We're going to be facing hardship, prolonged hardship. But it's to ensure our future freedom, our safety, and to protect our civilization. Well, seemingly, they have, I guess. They've all died, haven't they? They've all gone, because that's not what we're left with anymore. We're left with fucking spring break toga party. Get me out of here. That's what we're left with. But yeah, it starts with our role models, and there's countless stories of, let's cut the crap. Don't you agree that pretty much every very, very powerful person who has got very, very far in life, from Alexander the Great to whoever the fuck, to heads of corporations, to big people, to Joe Kennedy of the like, to whoever you might think of talking about, don't you think that people who have a feral side to them have that head which never lets compassion or empathy get in the way? Don't we think that those people actually they get to the top in life? I do. I think no good deed goes unpunished half the time. And I do believe that nice people often get trodden on and get absolutely pushed into the ground because, it's feral behavior. And particularly these days, it's feral behavior. And you just look outside, is what actually people believe gets you to the top, gets you ahead. That kind of guys, it's all the great industrialists and the leaders and the people who just had that intuitive feral side. They didn't have to be educated. They didn't have to be smart. They didn't have to be emotionally smart. And they usually had fathers, I think, often these men who were sort of like the male version of stage mums. The kind of thing. They're absolutely so pushy, so desperately pushing in the way that they're going to push their friends. And I brought up Joe Kennedy, not Fred. Joe Kennedy, because he was like that with his kids. If you've ever read anything about the Kennedys, it's astounding how they would compete, how it was all about competition, how it was all about getting to the top. And God knows he did anything and went everywhere and did everything in order to get his sons ahead. And now, of course, we have the legacy of Fred Trump, who also made his son like this aggressively ambitious. He taught him how to be feral and to put everything else ahead of humanity, and sent him to military school because he wasn't being enough of a man. And now we have this situation where, let me just talk to you a little bit about some amazing things. The fact that you don't have to be, the idea is you don't have to be intelligent or educated, or you don't have to waste your time on that. Just being business savvy and feral is enough. That's what makes this so weird, because now we have headlines from the Independent, and it's true, and it's been found that Trump actually speaks at the level of an 8-year-old. This is the new analysis. He has the lowest scores of any of the past 15 presidents. It says that he speaks at a 3rd to 7th grade reading level, lower than any other president since 1929. It's less diverse, and that's based on press conferences, and it's been compiled, blah, 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 by data. The topic, his mental acuity has been dominating the bloggers and people writing, and that's incredible. An 8-year-old president, most powerful country in the world. Then he says a few things the last couple of weeks that I thought were just incredibly telling. When he spoke about how he was, I was tested very positively. I tested very positively towards negative. I don't even know what that fucking means. I tested very positively towards negative, you see. I mean, this really is, it's astounding, isn't it? I tested very positively towards negative. That's a very different kind of talk there. Then he got confused by somebody using the phrase per capita and said, when you say per capita, there's many per capitas. Relative to what? He asked. No, there's not. You see, there's not. There's just per capita. There's per capita. That's really it. Yeah. There's per capita, and that's all there is. Now, in the latest amazing thing, and I thought this is what was amazing to me and really struck a chord with me. Trump praised Henry Ford recently. He praised him. Henry Ford, yes, he was the motor pioneer. He was also an anti-Semite like no others, who was admired by Hitler, but he had that feral, go-getter ambition. Yeah, he did. And he created something quite amazing, and he was remarkable. He was also an anti-Semite who was admired by Hitler. So it's like you've got to be really careful about who you say that you regard highly and who you respect. That being said, I guess who cares? Who cares if you're emotionally intelligent? I'm taking a seat. That means I'm going to sing. I'm doing something very, very silly today. I'm singing 2 brand new songs that I've just written because I'm on a tear, people. I'm on a fucking tear, for fuck's sake. Who cares how smart you are? Who needs intelligence when you're succeeding at being morally delinquent? Let me tell you all a story about a man who didn't care what he did for power and glory. Conscience never held him back. He was always on attack, and so he built himself a kingdom on the backs of other men. If they shouted, he'd shout louder. Taught his sons to act the way he did, not to kid themselves that they ever needed more upstairs than shit for brains. Shit for brains. Shit for brains. He told them if they're morally delinquent, then we'll make us all from the wise. Choose your side, never based on any real faith. Bully boy, keep your eye on the prize. This is all about you. And the moral of this story about the man that doesn't care is that he sits in every boardroom. Statues stand in every square in every city in the world. 'Cause empathy's for losers. Tell them what they want to hear. If it's money, if it's Jesus. This is natural selection. Who needs an introspection when you've got all those shit for brains, shit for brains. When you got shit for brains, you're morally delinquent and you make us pay. Make us. Make it good when you lie, it's a word from the wise. Choose your side, never based on any real faith. Bully boy, keep your eye on the prize. 'Cause it's all about you. Woo! I am clean now. I am clean on the inside out. I tell you, I've just purged. I've purged like a mother. Yeah! I purged like a motherfucker. Oh yeah. Can I hear it for fuck's sake, please? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. We got hearts flying. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Well, 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 well. Ryno, happy birthday, darling. Thank you. It's, I'm churning them out. I don't know what's going on. Well, I do know what's going on. I'm trapped and things are making me go berserk and I'm just writing like a heathen, like a banshee. So, thank you guys. Thank you so much, for fuck's sake. Now, onwards. With all this bad behavior around, with all the proud to be stupid people that surround us, not you, not you. You're here with me. I know who you are. Is it any wonder that some of us spend so much time decompressing by watching animal videos, cat and dog, you know, dogs watching their favorite toy in the washing machine? I could watch that for hours. Yeah. My favorite, personal favorite, the beagle playing the piano with the toddler, singing, howling, and playing the piano on his, you know, standing on his back legs. Forever I could watch that. Forever. I mean, I've got my own dog, I've got my own girl, but Jesus Christ, I could just watch that shit all the time. And the worse things get, the more I need to see animal videos. Am I alone here? It is the best therapy session in the world. My tour is not going ahead. This is the tour, darling. This is the world tour right here. And I'm going to reach you all without moving from this spot, damn it. So last night, I oohed and ahed over another post about a tiny puppy, you know the ones, that turned into a 220 bear of a dog with the heart of a bunny. I could have cried. I almost lost it. I mean, it's just too good. And now there is a science behind this, people. We know this science. And this is what I want to talk to. This is what I want to talk to. Well, Doris is making a recovery, you know. This is what I want to talk about today. Because the last few weeks have been very, very stressful because she lost the use of all her legs, which meant that I've been carrying her around in a harness that almost put me into a deep depression alone, both with worry for her and pain in my own back. And now she's on a chariot and she's getting better and her legs are starting to work again and she has physiotherapy every day. And this is what you do for the creatures that you love so much, that give you so much. But, you know, this science, and I owe her so much, because the science of animals, the science, as we know, stroking a pet. Here's something, look at this. Why dogs and cats are the best prescription for surviving a pandemic. You know, it says, basically, 10 minutes of petting or playing with a dog can reduce stress by releasing oxytocin, a natural hormone in the body, and chemicals that stabilize mood and help with happiness, like serotonin and dopamine, can increase. And interactions with animals lead to a decrease in blood pressure, relaxed muscle tension, and can help breathing become more regular. And 36 million people out of work, some have lost the sense of meaning and purpose. But with a dog, and that's what they're now realizing, which is why all the shelters are empty. Thank God. Let's just hope that it's not as long as the pandemic lasts and then they take them back. I hope the bond builds and grows. But when you have a dog, you have a job. You have a job, and it's part of what keeps you sane. The thing that's making me saddest right now is that my job is to take my girl, Doris, over to the park and to walk her 3 to 4 times a day and to play ball with and to play football with her, and that has stopped. And actually, that is hurting more than anything. That's the ritual, that's the tradition, the thing that makes me know everything's okay. So it just goes to show you how important these creatures are to us. I mean, there are canine therapy during COVID-19 where they're actually sending out visual photos of doggies to people in homes and hospices. And, you know, it's really, and in hospitals, of course. And then there's therapy dogs that are going into hospital to help the doctors and the nurses to decompress after they've been dealing with seeing so much trauma, so much tragedy in front of them. And it's really a remarkable thing what our dogs through. So we do for us, and all pets, I know, but and I love my cat. I love Duke, but God, I'm a dog woman. And I remember a few Christmases ago flying between cities, you know, to the Christmas Without Tears, and seeing one of those amazing therapy dogs in the airport that said, "Pet me." Well, God, the thing was covered. It was just like locusts on a tree. It was just desperate people needing to pet this dog because of the way it feels when you do that. It's so bloody important. So as Doris has been recovering slowly from her ailments and is now actually looking like Doris again, and I haven't got that fear in me of what we all know happens when a dog gets older. And they're looking at you with those make it stop eyes because they can't tell you where it hurts. It's the worst, isn't it? Dog owners, isn't it the worst? Well, you don't know how they feel, where the pain is, what's going on, but they're just staring at you like, please, you know what to do. They're like emotionally evolved toddlers forever. That's what they are, emotionally evolved toddlers. And I'm so grateful for every minute I have with Doris, taking down my cortisol, taking it all down, and I'm so grateful. And the older she gets, the more I realize that, they start as puppies, we take care of them, but they're cute, and we do everything for them, and they're fabulously annoying too, but they're so gorgeous, there's nothing we can do except take care of them. And when they're older, it goes back to the same thing. They need us in the same way. They're babies, it's like us. They're like us, from babies to babies. So she's getting better, but I've been sleeping downstairs with her, poor Harry, except not really, he's got a great bed, it's a fantastic bed, but not for me. I've been sleeping on the couch by her to make sure she doesn't get up, or try to get up, but also that she's okay. And I have to tell you, and I'm sure many people out there with pets have done the same, I'm watching her sleeping, I'm watching her as she goes to sleep, and I'm so grateful for every second I get with this remarkable creature who has literally stood by me through sadness and joy and depression and all my touring and everything. I mean, she's guarded me all these years, and I'm going to guard her back. So I wrote this song, of course I did, watching her, and it's for all of us dog lovers who would give anything in the world to have them live forever. Isn't that the greatest irony of all time? And it's the cruelest thing that they live such short lives, isn't it? It's the cruelest. But, I think for all of us who have pets and all of us who have dogs, life would just be, it's incomplete without man's really closest ally and friend. Really, it's a long relationship that we've had. And it's the most uncomplicated relationship there is. So here is a song about how I wish I could be Doris's Saint Christopher. Literally, I wish I could just throw her on my back and just carry her through life and make her okay and carry her through everything difficult. And it is called Saint Chrisopher I. And I hope I don't fuck it up because I've never played it. But this is, for you, Saint Chrisopher I.
As we started in silent understanding, so wrapped around this human heart. Saint Christopher, I will carry you always. You stay by my side through good days and storm clouds. I thank you. I thank you for this greatest love. So be not afraid, I'm always here by your side. Child like the highlight of every day you always, you stayed by my side through good days and storm clouds. I thank you, I thank you for this greatest love. Be not afraid, dear, I am here.
So, my loves, I can only say that for every arsehole and shit in this world, there is also something beautiful and sublime and amazing in us, in our pets, in this world, in nature, in everything around us, in all that we are capable of. And it just so happens that our animals make us better people, and that is true. So, my loves, what can I tell you about this week that's coming up? Well, you know, this Friday, there is a brand new episode, episode 4 of Super Divas. Do not miss. Spread the word. It takes you beyond anything you can imagine. Watch out, Steph Curry. That's all I can say. Friday, 2 p.m., it'll be posted. There are acapellas coming swiftly behind this, as I'm getting back to that now that Doris is back on her feet. So you'll be seeing Lee and myself, Dave Blankhorn, and maybe even Pedro. Let's hope that we can sort all of this out. And Pedro, I'm sure you've got that microphone. Woo! Yes, he's got a new microphone. It's all getting very serious now. Yes, it is. All the recording, we're getting very excited, getting very serious. But I thank you all. I thank everybody for coming on. Happy birthday, everybody whose birthday it is, and all the anniversaries and everything else. What was that? Oh, honey. Oh, darling. Darling Pedro and Bellamy, I miss you guys, really, Amy. So I know, having lost your dog recently, I know, for all of us, it's just like, oh, Jesus, God almighty, Leland with the dogs, we all know. So I'm touched ridiculously terrible fiberglass. Doris is doing really, really well. So my dears, until we get to Sunday, where I'm actually going to do a very special day, which I'm going to dedicate to my father. And it's going to be very beautiful music, and it'll be for my sister and for my dad, and it's going to be beautiful music about the people that we have lost during this time and the people that we need to remember, and it's going to be just a complete fucking celebration and a loving for fuck's sake. So I'm going to stop the ranting for just a little bit, but don't worry, she's never far away, old Lady Ranter. I love you all dearly. I will see you very, very soon. Take care of yourselves. Remember, 6 feet, wear the masks, ignore what anybody else tells you or does, okay? Take care. I will see you on Sunday. For fuck's sake. Mwah. Bye, everyone.